Department of Corrections Director Jose San Augustin has made his plea to the Guam legislature.
I did ask for an audience with my group, with the Madam Speaker, to kind of convey that same concern to please allow that prison bill to be placed on the floor so that they can make a decision as a whole.
That meeting with Speaker Judy Wampat took place this morning, together with a dozen DOC employees asking for the bill aimed at building a new prison be heard. It was just yesterday when Senator Brant McCready made an amendment to include Bill 172 to the miscellaneous provisions of the budget bill, but it failed to be heard.
We have identified possible funding sources within the $25 million appropriations that we have given to Department of Corrections.
San Augustin, meanwhile, says Bill 172 will allow him to recruit other agencies and sources to help refine the need of building this new prison.
Its design places the men and women in a very dangerous situation. Its condition allows for potential lawsuits, which I cannot afford to pay lawsuits. So I need, as a director, to be aggressive and move forward and get something done.
DOC has been under a consent decree with the Fed since 1991. According to San Augustin, his agency is close to being subjected to a federal receivership.
It's smart that a facility be addressed now so that 5 years down the road we won't be subjected to this federal receivership that's just somewhat hanging over.
He adds in the time the bill is not heard, outside parties continue to monitor what happens at DOC. And while only a dozen participated in this morning's meeting, more hope to make their voices heard as DOC has started a petition in the event the bill does not make it to session floor.
Again, here's a list of petition folks that are concerned with regards to the construction bill that has not been placed on the floor for discussion, and simply in a nice way say, please consider it because we care, and here we are, here's our signature.
Wampat, meanwhile, says she is committed to working closely with DOC. So what's the bill's likelihood?
All those other things about a dedicated funding source is critical to this. Everything else can be boilerplate language about to lease, build, and not necessarily operate, but or it could be. It just depends, of course, on what is it that of course the body wants to see.
McCready, meanwhile, says if the prison does go into federal receivership, it would be catastrophic to the general fund.
This all boils down to one main objective, is to build a new facility to protect our resources, to protect our employees and to protect their families, and ultimately to protect the public from safety.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.